Okay, so Joanne, thank you so much for being willing to do this today. I really appreciate it.
I'm trying to get rid of this. Oh, got it. There we go. Yes, you're welcome.
Yeah, so today you have chosen chapter number 6 in my Rediscover You book, which is called Create Your Ripple. So today we're going to start creating a ripple for you.
Yes.
So we had a little chat just before we started because like I was saying, the book gradually like builds on itself as you work through. So one of the things that we do prior to starting this chapter is to have an idea of an area of your life that you want to actually create a ripple or start creating, possible steps to move towards. And so what you chose was, go ahead and share.
I want a beautiful home, and by that I mean cozy, like a sanctuary. I want to walk in my door and just feel relaxed. The anxieties, I leave that outside. I don't bring it in with me.
Okay, awesome, perfect. Okay, so let me quickly share my screen because I want to show people what's in the actual book. Let me know when you can see that.
See it?
Okay, perfect. So how do you create a ripple? So first of all, let's understand what a ripple is. So if I said like create a ripple, do you have any idea of what I would mean by that? If
I
I say
know
that?
that when I mean, what comes to mind is throwing a pebble into water and then
Absolutely.
ripple, 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 right?
Exactly. So basically every single decision that we make creates a ripple. Even the smallest little thing, right? You deciding to say yes to come on here has now created a ripple. It's almost like one of my mentors, we talk a lot about shifting timelines. So by making a new decision, it's like you've kind of taken a different branch in the tree, or you've now stepped over into, okay, now we're going to follow this path instead of that path kind of idea. And so that's kind of like what this ripple is every time you make a decision, you've now created something that's now flowing outwards and going to be touching all these other areas of your life that, and potentially people like you joining me today. Someone may see this on YouTube and be so inspired by your story and what you want to accomplish. They may decide that that's exactly what I want as well. Like you just really never know. But by intentionally being aware that we're doing this, it helps us to bring more of that into our awareness, right? So you and I now having a conversation about you wanting to have a beautiful home, that's creating the ripple. Now your reticular activating system in your brain is going, oh, that's what she wants. Okay, let me show her more things that can help her get there.
Yes.
So let me give you an example. When you bought your car, did you all of a sudden start seeing that same car everywhere?
Yes. What is that?
So that is the reticular activating system of your brain. You've literally pulled that into your conscious brain, and now it's going, oh, that's your car. There's your car. There's your car. They were there all along, but we can only handle so much information, right? So our brain wasn't looking for it, but as soon as you now focused on that car, your brain is now focused on that car. So that's what we're doing.
Weird. I remember
right?
thinking that is so weird.
Yep. But it's the same principle. So that's exactly what we're doing right now, is we're now creating that intention for your brain to go now looking for more ways for you to have a beautiful home.
I'm excited.
Right? Cool, right? Cool stuff. I know, I love this stuff. Okay. So basically what we do in this chapter is, as you've already done, you've picked the one thing that you want to accomplish. And I'm going to give an example on the next page of how you can start to create that ripple using a mind map. This is one of my favorite tools because it just kind of allows you to free write. So in this example in the book, I wrote health as the thing that this person wanted. And then what you can do is you start to brainstorm different ways. Okay, so what is involved in changing my health? Well, I'd have to do something with cooking. I'd probably have to exercise. Maybe there'd be some meditation in there for my mental health. Maybe I'd have to go see some specialists. I don't know, maybe there's something going on with me that a specialist needs help with. Maybe I should start doing some stretching. Maybe I should do some research. Maybe there's something specific that I'm struggling with. And if I did some research on it, maybe I'd learn something. Maybe there's some medications that I need to take that I've been avoiding taking. maybe I just need to sleep better, right? So you just kind of start doing it that way. And then each one of these, you break it down even more. So if we're focusing on sleep, well, what about sleep? Well, I need to have a better sleep schedule. Maybe I need to change the environment to make it more sleep friendly, right? So that's basically what this does. And then in this book, I ask people to choose their top 3 areas from chapter 1. And I give you a space. So chapter 1, area number 1, area number 2, and then area number 3. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing now. And what we're going to do now is you and I are going to do brainstorming on a mind map, which I have here.
Okay.
Okay. So, and what we wrote down on here was beautiful home. Okay. So now when you think of beautiful home, what kind of things start to come to mind for you?
Clean is huge.
Okay. Clean.
Clean.
Okay. What else?
And uncluttered. Big time.
Okay. What else?
Think about a magazine. When you look at a magazine, a beautiful room, just say a room.
Okay.
Like the sofa matches like the curtains, and there's like pillows that match your armchairs, and there's a area rug. Like I want all that. I don't know how to get it. I don't know how to do it.
Okay. So I'm just gonna say magazine like.
Yes.
Okay. What else? We've got room for one more thing. What can you think of? So far you said clean, uncluttered, and magazine like.
Cozy is huge. Cozy.
Gotta be cozy. Okay, perfect. Okay, so now we're going to dive into each one of these. So when I say, or when you say clean, tell me what clean means to you.
I don't even know where this comes from. I am not like the way I obsess about a clean house. You would think my house was clean,
Right?
but it's not. Clean to me means a freshly swept floor. Clean to me means the dishes are done. And I don't have a dishwasher, so the dishes are done all the time. Like when you get a dirty dish, do it. Like do your dishes, make your bed. Vacuum once in a while, girl. That's what I mean by clean house. Okay.
Anything else? So you've got the sweeping, the dishes are always done. What else would you think of clean? Oh, you said bed made.
Make your bed.
Okay.
Vacuum and clean your bathroom. Like do it regular, not just when someone's coming over.
Bathroom. Okay. Perfect. Okay, so now what about uncluttered? Let's think about what uncluttered looks like.
Okay. I want to see my floor.
Okay.
I want to see the floor. I want to, when you look at an armchair, it's on legs. I want to see what's under the armchair.
Okay.
Uncluttered. Because I live in a basement suite, my daughter's family lives above me. I don't know if you know that, but basement suites always have this ledge around them. I guess that's where the foundation was poured.
Okay.
Like, keep that clean. That doesn't need to be a bookshelf. That doesn't need to be a hold all.
Okay.
And uncluttered can be your cupboards, inside your cupboards, in your closet, when you open up that door under the stairs where you keep all your holiday stuff and anything else that will fit.
Yeah.
You don't
have to hold it and wait for something to fall out,
right? Exactly. Uncluttered. And I don't know. I really associate a cluttered house with a cluttered mind. So that uncluttered it, and I do purge. I call it purging. I purge often. Unfortunately, I also love thrift stores.
There you go. Okay. Okay, so now you said cozy. So describe cozy to me.
Cozy is when you have really nice lighting. Like I rarely use my overhead lights. I want lamps everywhere. And I love really old-fashioned lamps, vintage kind of lamps that give off a very soft glow. Any kind of candles lit. Alexa. I can't say it because she'll come on. I want her to play some beautiful music,
Oh, that's awesome. Okay. All right. So now, what else? So you've got nice lighting, beautiful music, candles, vintage lamps. What else means cozy to you?
Fabrics, texture, like
Mm,
textiles, like nice warm blankets and fluffy pillows. Art can be cozy.
art. Yeah. Okay. Okay. And then the final one, you said magazine like. That was the best way I could kind of describe what you're
Yes.
saying.
So
And what
that's
is,
probably where okay, a little bit of background. I actually, you probably know this about me. I actually make beautiful things for
you
other
do,
people. I make beautiful things for other people to buy for their homes. I
right?
don't keep any of it. It's always for sale. It's always for somebody else. Uh,
Feel free
so
to share the name of your company so people can find
my
you.
petite suite, upcycled home decor.
There you go.
Um, and I've got candle holders that I'll sell, but I mean they're beautiful. I, I
Mhm,
I don't know why I don't keep them for myself, but uh, finance is always a problem. I can't afford new furniture,
mhm.
right? So I try to. I recently took all the covers off my sofa and washed them, and then my daughter drank her chocolate milk on my sofa and spilled it all over again. But I can wash them again. Yeah,
That's
uh,
called forced clean.
yeah,
Mhm.
and like plants and what's in right now. I really like magazines show you what's in right now. What colors are in? What color should I paint
Mm,
my wall? Not that I'm going to do that every other year, but if I can't afford new furniture, I can get new cushions, but I don't. I go to Home Sense and I see all this beautiful stuff, but I say, girl, you can't afford this. And that's a big one.
right. Okay. Okay, so if you had to pick just one for
Mhm.
starters, because this is a plan. What we've created is kind of a vision and a
Yes.
plan, right? And so if you were to think, when you think beautiful home, which of these four things do you think would be most important and actually say the easiest for you to take a step towards? Would be
Uncluttered.
making it cozy, clean, uncluttered, or magazine-like.
Uncluttered. Uncluttered is fairly easy for me because I'm not attached to my belongings.
Okay,
So I can
okay,
unclutter. I can get
okay.
rid, and uncluttering brings about cleanliness. So it
Yes.
one almost follows the other. Okay, I am a bit attached to my clothes.
Yeah, me too, until these don't fit. Okay, so now let's think about, so I'm going to just repeat back sort of what you said in
Mhm.
regarding to the uncluttered, because the goal of this chapter is to do this exploration and then actually pick something and create that ripple. Like if you do that one thing, it'll start to make you feel better. And then you'll
Yeah.
want to do the next thing. And then you'll want to do the next thing. And then you'll be open to, when you're out there thrifting to create furniture for other people, you may find something for yourself that's within your budget that actually you could keep for yourself, right? So it's that
Yes.
creating that new awareness, that new ripple, and just seeing new ways that you can actually, this could probably be a lot more simple than, like, what do they say? How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, right? So this is just taking this thing, this elephant that we've created,
Yes.
and
Yes.
picking one thing and taking one bite.
Okay, I decluttering is something that I
Mhm.
can do. I
Okay.
know how to do it
Yep.
because of my business.
Mhm.
I have a lot of clutter from things that I'm working on,
Mhm.
but I need to get them out. I
Right.
need to find a place for them.
Mhm.
Not sure, but anyway, that's part of uncluttering.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. So so you're saying that that's one of the areas, but is that going to be the easiest area to tackle? What would be the absolute easiest thing that you could possibly do to start the uncluttering?
I think surfaces. Just look at all my
Okay.
surfaces and see what's on them.
Okay. Okay. So
Mhm.
surfaces. So kind of taking an inventory really of what's there
Yes,
and what needs to be there.
yeah, inventory. That's a good word for it. Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Because I don't know about you, but I mean, I bought a Instapot years ago because it was the hottest thing and I wanted to make all these soups. And it's been sitting in my cupboard for forever because I used it at first, but I haven't used it in forever. Right.
See,
So
that
kind of that
scares me.
taking inventory, right? Yeah.
I'm like, how do you even use one of those? My daughter uses hers every other day. I don't know how to use it.
Yeah. Yeah. It takes up too much counter space for me. Right.
Counter space. Yes, I have
Yes.
very little counter space.
Right. Yeah. So there again, now you have to deem what's most important, right? Like I have my my air fryer because I use that almost every single
That's
day.
the only appliance I
Yeah.
allow on my counters.
Yeah.
But it can fit under the
Mhm.
counter. It can.
Mhm. Right. But will you use it as much? See, this is the thing, is you kind of have to go through
No,
that
it's
process,
there.
right?
I cannot tell you how many times. Oh, I can do that in the air fryer. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, back to the whole, if it's in your consciousness, you're going to use it. You'll think of more ways to use it, right?
Yeah.
So maybe the air fryer isn't something that needs to go. It needs to stay, right? But maybe there's something else that's there that should go or can be put away. It reminds me, actually, years ago, I did something at work. It's a Toyota, it's called Kaizen. And they do these Kaizen blitzes where they go and they take everything and then they have to actually think about whether it deserves to come back. How often are
Wow.
you going to touch it? Deems how close to you it's going to be, right? And
Wow.
it's really interesting. So maybe that's something you can research, is you can look up Kaizen,
Yes.
Kaizen, I think it is.
Dedian. Okay.
And that might
Well,
actually give you some ideas on decluttering.
Well, you know what I did after I got back from my long trip. I was away for quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
I went into my bedroom. I took everything out. I mean, everything.
Nice.
Even the mattress, box spring, all that was left in there was my bed frame.
Mm-hmm.
And so what went back in was carefully thought out. And
Right.
it was so nice for about 2 weeks.
Okay. And then what happened?
I started getting ready for the next market. Now everything is in there for the next market.
Right. Yeah. Well, and maybe if you're doing that, maybe there is a certain amount of time that you allow that clutter to be there because it needs to be there. But then once that's over, it has to go, right? It's really
Yes,
you setting some new standards and boundaries for your space, right?
I do need it to be somewhere until
Yep.
I can bring it to the market.
Yep.
And I do struggle with that anxiety that it's there.
Right.
It's clutter. It's there. I have to walk around it to get into my bed. But I know 2 more weeks, and everything's gone.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, see, and that's the thing too, is allowing yourself that grace, a little bit of grace.
Yeah.
Right. Is knowing that it's benefiting you because it's your business, right? It has to be there. If it isn't there, then I don't have a business, right? And there is a time frame to it. So it's not so bad, right?
It's yeah. I'll deal with that.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
So starting to take an inventory of the surfaces in your house.
Mhm.
Okay.
That's like, I mean, I have side tables, right? What's on my side table? I have a mantle. What's on my mantle? Like that kind of stuff, right?
Okay. So is this something that you had been thinking about doing already, or has this exercise kind of helped you, or?
It's you've made me think about where to start, right. And sometimes I do ask my daughter, like I'll ask her to come down and say, tell me because sometimes you don't see it.
Right.
Right. And I'll say, what do you think doesn't belong? And so she'll start taking things away and I'll be like, yeah, but I really kind of need that. You got to kind of put that back. But yeah, it's just, when there's a flat surface, you put stuff, it's just so easy to put stuff on it. Rather than put it in a drawer or put it in a cupboard.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So I feel like you have a bit of a plan then.
I can do surfaces.
Okay. So then what do you think would be the next part? If let's pretend you and I are talking and it's the beginning of the new year, it's already been a couple months, you've kind of been slowly tackling the decluttering the surfaces. What do you think would be the next step that would be fairly
Well, like I
easy
said,
to
I want to be able to see my floor.
Okay.
And right now I have 2 pieces of furniture that have to go. They have to go.
Okay.
I'm not quite sure yet if I'm going to just give them away or if I'm going to paint them first and try to sell them. The problem is if I put a lot of effort into making something, it costs money for me when I make something and time. If it doesn't sell, I have to live with it. I have to live with this stuff in my house. I don't want it in my house.
Right.
I'm going to tell you a funny story.
Yes, please.
Okay. So I had a lot of furniture for sale, and it wasn't selling. It's a little bit here and there was selling, but there was one piece. It was pink. It was an old side table, and I painted it pink, made it all pretty. Blah blah blah. Stripes, cotton, whatever.
Yeah.
It wasn't selling, and I didn't want it in. It was in my house. I had to get rid of it, so I took it to a thrift store. And I walked in the thrift store. I said, "Hi, do you want this?" And she said, "Oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. Of course, yes, we want. Did you? Loved it." A friend of mine went to pick up a mirror the next day. The lady said, "Come in. I got to show you what I found in the thrift store." She was thrilled. My friend was like, "Oh my gosh, Joann did that. That's Joann's," because she knows my style, right?
Yeah.
Too
funny. Do you
funny.
sign your pieces?
I wish. I do have a stamp, and I forget. I simply forget. Once something's done, I'm done.
Right.
It's like, okay, done. You're out of here now.
Right. Yeah.
I love to create. I don't love to keep.
Right. Well, I mean, the whole point is to sell it, right? That's
exactly. But that was if it warmed my heart that the person who got it for a very affordable price and loved it. Loved it.
Well, as soon as you said pink, I'm going, oh my goodness, I probably would have wanted that.
Oh, I mean,
I do love my pink.
Oh, see, I love pink. This was a gorgeous pink with a metallic stripe. It was gorgeous. Eucalyptus. It was gorgeous. Anyway, my daughter said, "No, pink, Mom. No, only a certain kind of person wants a pink in their house." Right.
Yeah. No, but it's good though that you are able to let it go. Like, because I'm gonna guess, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it cost you money. You had to buy it. You had to buy the
absolutely.
Right? And for you to actually allow that to leave your house, knowing that you weren't getting anything from it, that tells me that you really are committed to not having clutter and wanting to have the the
it
nice
had to go. It was causing me distress, physical distress. It had to go, and that's where I'm at now with wanting to see my floor. I've got these, especially, well, it's kind of three now because my daughter gave something back. So I got 3 pieces of furniture that have to go, but I'm not quite sure how to do it yet.
Right. Okay.
Make it beautiful and give it to a thrift store. I really don't want to see that happen again.
What about consignment stores? And I mean, this isn't a business planning
I've only
meeting,
found one. If I could find another consignment store, I would be interested, but honestly, in my area, I don't know of any except the one which I've already used.
Right.
But I can't use them anymore because I use different products than what they sell.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah. So I have to find somebody who maybe doesn't sell products. They just,
Gotcha. Okay.
And I like the idea of consignment. A lot of people will rent spaces, but I don't want, that would cost me money. Right.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. So thinking about the exercise that we just did, do you feel like it created any sense of clarity for you, given you some new ideas that maybe you hadn't thought of before?
It's giving me it's giving me ambition.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, which I desperately needed because you get you probably know this, you get weighed down by stuff. You get weighed down by thoughts and things and feelings. And I've been weighed down by my house not being what I want it to be.
Right.
And I really, really want it to be what I want it to be.
Yeah, especially in the wintertime, we spend so much time indoors, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But I do know that after this market, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to take a break from creating, just so I can get my house nice for Christmas.
Right.
And then I might have to talk to you again about how do I keep this.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime.
I'm sure that's another chapter. We've got the ripple. We're on the way. I've accomplished what I set out to do. Now, how do I stay here?
Yeah, actually, probably the exercise that we should work on next, if you were interested, would be chapter 2, and it's called 7 Levels Deep. So what it does is it actually helps you understand at a really deep level what that motivation really is, and it becomes more of a pull than a push type of motivation. Because often I use the idea of a dollar. So everyone says like a dollar is a dollar is a dollar, right? The dollar has a value. It's a set value, but it's not. because what you would spend your dollar on compared to what I would spend my dollar on is where the true value is, right? You might be putting it into a savings account to go on another one of your wonderful long trips. I might be I might be like, I just need a cup of coffee right now because I just, right?
Yes.
So it has everything to do with what you do with it and how that thing that you do makes you feel. So if you ever want to come back and do this again with me, I would once you've got yourself all set and whatever, come on back and we'll do that one and we'll figure out the deep motivation to keep you going. What?
Yeah, what I'm going to do for you after we do this, I'm going to take a video. My place, it's called My Petite Suite because it's very, very small. I'm going to take a video of my petite suite. I'm going to show you where I'm at now. And then when I get to where I want to be, I'll send you another video.
Yes, that would be amazing. Oh, I love that. Thank you so much. That's awesome. Fantastic. Oh, I love it.
And then we'll talk about getting into chapter 2 because once I get to where I want to be, I want to keep it. I really want to keep it.
Yeah. And I mean, right now you're
and
saying
figure out why.
Exactly.
Like
right now you're thinking of it. Yeah, right now you're thinking of it at a surface level, right? But now what we're going to do is we're going to dig under that and figure out why you really want it. So, yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's exciting.
I'm excited to see the before and after.
I'm going to do it. Well, maybe I'll do my dishes first. Are you there? Yeah.
Okay. That sounds good.
Your screen is stopping for blips.
Yeah, it says my internet was unstable, so it has a few little moments. But anyways, I really appreciate. I really appreciate this. It really helps me to demonstrate like the exercises that are in my book and just how simple it can be to actually create change, right? So
I can totally see how that works. Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, this is good.
Okay,
could you take a screenshot of that mind map for me and send it to me?
Yes, I absolutely will.
Thank you. I will be in touch very, very soon, Jessica.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Bye.
Okay, bye.